Let's talk about going concern issues. Right? If we see these, we may have to issue a paragraph. We're going to have to assess these. Talk about these in the management's responsibility section. However, let's talk about this here as well. Well, according to FASB, our going concern initial assessment, we need to see if the client's going to be a going concern from the issuance of the financial statements plus 1 year. So if we issue the financial statements on March 15th, our assessment period of if they're going to stay in business is going to be March 15th of the next year, 1 year from when they issue financials. All right. And then what are we going to do to assess if there is any going concern issues, if they're going to go out of business? We are going to perform analytical procedures. We're going to assess their debt compliance. If they're not paying their bills, then obviously it's a problem. We are going to read the board minutes, the meeting minutes, the records of what was said. We are going to inquire of legal counsel. We are going to look for financial support agreements through third parties. And lastly, evaluate subsequent events. Subsequent events are going to tie in with a lot of items. However, that's going to also help you to assess if there is possibility of bankruptcy, of shutting down, of going out of business. Now, those are our audit procedures. But what about indicators of a going concern issue? Some items to look for. So we could perform certain tests based on if we see some of these particular indicators. However, we could also we're going to look for these indicators regardless of the test we do. If there's any financial difficulty in general, if they can't pay their bills, if they're not able to pay employees, any internal matters, any issues within the company, negative trends, right? That's what analytical procedures are going to find. We're going to see that revenue has been declining steadily. And then external matters, just anything overall, whether it's the industry as a whole is starting to tank, that's going to be something that we want to look for. Now, as we've discussed with going concern, if management has the intent and ability to mitigate and a plan to mitigate the going concern issue, well, in that case, guess what? We are going to still talk about it. However, we're going to mention that management has a plan. They're going to mitigate the going concern issue, and hopefully all will be well. Now, if there is substantial doubt about the entity's ability to continue as a going concern, meaning if we don't actually believe the entity will be able to continue on, we are going to include an emphasis of matter paragraph. This needs to be properly disclosed, and here is the auditor's process for this overall, right? Just make sure you're familiar with that, and you'll be good to go. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.